Which one did you want? Articuno?
Yeah. Ready?
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and today I'll be talking about my Japan haul part 2. I'm going to try and space these videos out because I feel like too many together will seem like a bit of overconsumption, but this is everything I got from Japan that wasn't either a gift or makeup and beauty. So today I'll be talking about things like kitchenware, snacks, tea, clothing, and miscellaneous things like blind boxes and toys. So I'm just gonna get into the video, starting with food, but more specifically tea. When you go to Japan, you may think of getting matcha as a souvenir, but personally for me, I'm very picky about my matcha. I do like matcha, I did get some on this trip, but I actually prefer Hojicha a lot more. And I went to Uji for the first time, and I did pick up some Hojicha. So I went to HOHO Hojicha, and I actually didn't know this place existed until I watched so many clips of like Japan, so I don't even know who the creator is, but I heard of this place from them, but it wasn't on my must visit list. I was just walking down the street and getting whatever I saw. So I picked up 3 bags, and luckily Hojicha has a longer shelf life than matcha does because this is roasted tea. So I got the medium roast, the dark roast, which is good for pastries and cooking, and the light roast, which is better for drinking, and medium is obviously in between. I also picked up some Hojicha syrup, and I've been looking for this everywhere in the US, but it's very expensive online. I think from HOHO Hojicha this was about $9, like US dollars, and I was going to buy 3, and then I saw the expiration date is actually May 13th. I'm probably going to use this just for Hojicha lattes. Hojicha has a lot less caffeine than matcha, so I might drink one today. I find it a little funny that I talked about Hojicha first instead of matcha, but I did get, this bag is not from this trip, actually it's from my husband's trip. I did get quite a few tins of matcha, and this is like a mix of, I believe 1 can is from Kyoto and the rest is from Uji. But I can't even read the brands, so I got 1. This, I think this one was from Uji, but I don't remember which store. I'm probably going to do a review on these sometime in the future because I am quite picky about my matcha. Like, I prefer it to not taste super floral because in my opinion, if it tastes like perfume, it's quite cheap. I feel like some of them have like a chalky taste, especially if it's not mixed well, and some of them just taste straight up bitter. It has to be slightly sweet, a little grassy, and it does still have to like taste a little floral, but not like you're inhaling perfume. Like, I feel like some matchas that I've had in the past, especially here in the US, taste like you're drinking baby powder. I remember this store. This was actually attached to the History of Matcha Museum, and it was on the other side of the, I don't think it's called the Uji River, but on the other side of the river that goes through town. It's not on the street where there's a lot of matcha shops. So I got this from there, and the old man working there, he was so nice. He gave us 2 pieces of candy, even though I only bought 1 thing, because he saw that it was me and my brother, and he said a gift. I think this is from Tobien. I hope this one's good because I picked up 2 random ones. One is Asahi, like the beer company, and then this one is Iwa no Shiro. I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly. I'm not Japanese, nor do I know any Japanese, but I think one of the sales associates or shopkeepers was an English speaker. Anyways, this one is organic green tea, and this one just says green tea, so I don't know what the difference is. I don't remember how much I paid for each one of these, to be honest. I think I paid cash for this just to avoid having to go, like, do the duty-free line, so he could go to the cashier faster. But this was some random store I walked into. I didn't do my research on Uji that well. I was just like, you know, if I find a hidden gem, it would be nice. I don't particularly feel like I have to go to all these places that influencers say you have to go to. I don't know this brand either, but I think this one was actually refrigerated previously, but I didn't put it in the refrigerator. And this was also a random store, so if you recognize the label, maybe you could tell me or say it in the comments. But I think at this store, the lady at the front was telling me, when I asked her which matcha to buy for lattes, she said the lowest quality one. So I went with the lowest quality one, which was still around 1900 yen, which is way under $20, but above $10. Oh, this one is Sujiri, so I don't know what this one is either. I'm really sorry, but I got this as well. Actually, I think this might have been the first shop we went to at Uji. And then I remember getting this tin. So this was actually from Kyoto, and there's an ice cream store at the front of the shop, but in the back is where they sell their matcha and other teas. And my brother and I, we were getting ice cream, but I happened to see the teas in the back. So I picked up this first, and then we went to get the ice cream. And we didn't know which ice cream to get because it was after dinner, so we were kind of full. So we were just looking for dessert, and we were going to split an ice cream. Actually, he ended up getting two. I don't know why. I thought we were going to split. So we were looking at the menu, and it just had matcha, but then we looked to the side and we saw the specials, and it was sakura ice cream. We saw it at the same time, and we went, ooh, like two monkeys. And the cashier laughed at us for 5 minutes straight. I think she was laughing because, I mean, it was funny, but then we started laughing, and then she started laughing even harder because we were laughing. Yeah, anyways, I hope this matcha is good because at the store, the ice cream was very earthy. The sakura one was good, but it tasted like artificial cherries. It wasn't that noticeable to me when I first ate it because that was the first bite I had. And then I tried the matcha, and then I tried the sakura again, and it was very artificial. But if you mix the two together, which we should have done, it was fine. So I hope this is good. If anything, that ice cream tells me that this is going to be very smooth. Okay, I remember now. So this was the first box I showed, but it came from this store, which is the first store I went to because I recognized this bag. So this was actually probably one of the first stores you'll see when you leave the Uji station, but this is just sweet matcha. So it's matcha with sugar in it, and all you have to do is add milk. My brother got one of these, and then later on we went to a different store, and then he picked up a matcha latte mix, which already had milk in it, and I think it was at like a more famous store, which I'll talk about next. But this tasted pretty good to me, and I like how there is no milk in here because at the other store, the mix has milk in it, and I could really taste it. It did taste better than this one though, but then as soon as I tasted the milk, I wanted to gag. I don't like the taste of milk, and it also does make me very nauseous. I don't know if I'm lactose intolerant or not, because after a few days of having dairy, I'm fine. Like, the symptoms go away. But because I don't eat dairy that much, I'm almost always reacting to it when I do have it. And this was I think this was the only place that we went to that was really well known. We went to Nakamura Tokichi and got 2 cans. I don't think there was a limit because a lot of people ahead of us were buying a ton of cans, but I just wanted to try 2 different ones. So this is the Yukawa no Shiro, and this is the Seikon no Shiro. I really hope I'm saying those right. I don't know the difference. They're both going to expire in August, which is why I don't recommend buying that many cans unless you're giving them out to people, because these expire very quickly. It's currently April, so these don't have that much longer with me, and it will be fine because both my husband and I drink this, and when we drink matcha, we drink 6 grams at a time, which is a lot of caffeine. Yeah, we should probably cut it down in half because I always double the recipe, and then since there's 2 of us, I double it again. And each can only comes with, I want to say this one's about 40. It comes with like 40 grams at most. Most cans are like 20, 30, or 40. So I definitely need to cut down on my matcha consumption, you know, reduce the amount so that this goes further. But I am the most interested in trying this one because I hear about this one the most. And my brother actually looked up this one before we even got to Uji and said that this one was a popular brand. Although I feel like if you are starting with matcha, Ippodo is probably your best bet. You don't have to go to Uji for that. It's like everywhere in Japan. I just didn't happen to see it when I went. Also from Nakamura Tokichi, we got some snacks. So I got the Hojicha chocolate sandwich cookie. This expires in May, so really soon. And then we also have Ujitella, which is like a matcha castella cake. And I remember asking my brother to get me another box of this because he bought one, and I was like, oh, maybe my coworkers will like it because castella is pretty delicious. And he was like, what's castella? And I was like, you're literally holding it. And he's like, this is Ujitella, not castella. And I almost just kicked his ass right then and there. But anyways, I had no words. But luckily, this was right by the cashier, so I was able to just grab it and put it in my basket before going up. This expires on the 24th. So, oh, today's 4/20. Nice. I used to say that I really didn't like matcha, and I think that what I meant to say was that I do like matcha, but I am very picky about it. It has to be good quality matcha. So nothing from Starbucks tastes good to me. A lot of the matcha shops, well, now it's getting better because I live in NorCal. There's a big Asian population here. And now there's specialty matcha shops opening up. So those I find fine. But not Trader Joe's matcha latte, not Starbucks matcha. Like, that stuff is gross. So one of my coworkers gave me a bag of gummies from Japan. It's not this one, but it is this brand. So as you can see, the outer part is, what is it? No, you can't see. So there's actually like a little bit of a shell on the outside. It's like a more snappy gummy. If you've ever had like a Japanese sausage, the texture is like that. This one's pear flavored, and you can actually get these in the US, just not, I don't think you can get this flavor. It's an Animal Crossing collaboration, which I think is so cute, and I haven't played Animal Crossing since I got Pokopia. Texture is really fun, and if you put it in the freezer, it actually doesn't freeze. It does get more cold and more snappy, but I think having it at room temp is fine. I bought a few of these to give away to coworkers, friends, and I low-key hate that there's this obligation to bring snacks for your coworkers, your teammates at work because one person started it. Like, I just hate obligatory gift giving. Where was I going with this? Another popular thing that you can get in Japan as like a gift or just for yourself are these Mintias. So this one's peach flavor, but they obviously have mint flavor as well. I did try the strawberry one when I was in Japan, and it's very sour. It's not that sweet. And I remember after I ate it, I think we had to walk a lot, and then because I was breathing so hard. Oh, right. Okay, so I ate the strawberry one at the top of Fushimi Inari, which is, you know, the 1,000 Torii Gate hike. And then walking afterwards, every breath hurt because I was breathing so hard because it's uphill, downhill, uphill. And I was like, I'm not eating these mints anymore. Anyway, so they have a ton of different flavors. As you can see, I have a whole library I got from my husband because actually when we first met, he was eating a lot of mints. And then after we started dating, he kind of stopped. And this is not, you know, to tell him that his breath stinks because I would know. Now he has a lot to try from. So he has shiny pink. I don't even know what flavor that is. He has lemon lime. I believe there's ginger. There's refresh blue. There's a ramune flavor. There's Calpico flavors. This is the bigger size. You can actually get a smaller size for cheaper, but these are everywhere. So these I'm going to give to my husband, and I got the smaller ones for like just to be able to pass out more to friends. Or I guess I'm sure he wouldn't mind parting with some of these because there's so many. Okay, let's move on to the kitchen portion of this video. So I went to Kappabashi Street which is next to Asakusa, which is like a very touristy area where you can buy like kitchen knives. There's a lot of street food. There's that famous shrine that you always see disrespectful people at. But anyways, I got 2 cups. So, well, I thought I had never been to Kappabashi Street before, but turns out I have, because I think 3 years ago, my husband's friend actually took us there to go knife shopping. So I wanted to get a knife, but I ended up not getting one because I think I have more than enough knives at home. So I didn't want to have to travel up and down Japan with a big kitchen knife in my suitcase. But I did see these 2 cups and I decided to pick them up. They're quite small. I'm sure if you're, you know, European or from some other part of Asia, you would think that these are normal size, but to me they're small little teacups. And after I got them, I realized that I have a ton of cups at home already, so this is just going to go into our wine cabinet. But I love the color, and they're handmade, hand glazed. Yeah, they're handmade, hand painted, and I hope that whenever I drink out of these, I'll think of Japan. Speaking of having too many cups, I did get another one. So if you've ever played Animal Crossing and you've been to Brewster's Cafe, he serves you, which is called the Roost, he serves you coffee in a little cup like this and saucer. So I got this from the Nintendo store in Japan, and there's actually a Nintendo store in San Francisco, but they sold out of this like almost instantly. So when I saw it in Japan, I decided to pick it up because it's so cute. And I can drink coffee out of this in the future. Or probably hot chocolate, if I'm going to be honest. Or maybe tea. But this is meant to serve black coffee with a splash of milk. Also from the Nintendo Center, I did pick up this ceramic pot with a wooden lid. I know this is going to be another one of those things that you can't put in the dishwasher. I know you're supposed to hand wash your pots and pans anyways to extend the longevity of them. So I'm not too gutted about that. The only thing is I couldn't read the instructions in the back. So I need to make sure that this can, I know it can cook on my burner because I have like the electric coils, but I need to know if it can withstand high heat because that's Asian cooking. But I think as long as you're boiling something, it should be fine. The last 2 kitchen things I got were actually these bento boxes, and I have a big one and a small one, and it says Kome on it. I thought rice was gome, but I'm gonna open it right now to show you what it looks like. They look like the wooden Japanese boxes that I've always liked, but they're not wooden. They are either lacquer or plastic. Probably plastic. So it does come with a little separator that you can put in here, and it'll tell you how many, I think, grams of rice you have, which doesn't really which really doesn't concern me because I actually don't like rice that much. I know, shocker, an Asian saying they don't like rice. So this is what it looks like, and you can actually clip it. So that's why I liked this design, because normally you have to put a band over the top to close it, and it's not that tightly sealed, but this one has a seal at the top. I wanted a bento box, and now I have one. So I got one for me and one for my husband. This is the smaller one, and he's getting the bigger one. Now I'm going to move on to clothing. Starting with the first thing at the top of the pile, I have these Family Mart socks. I've heard they're good quality, so I'm going to give them a try. The black pair is for my husband, and the white pair is for me. The only problem is they're the same size, and my husband is like a size 11 and in men, and I'm a size 7 in women. I don't know if he's going to be able to fit into these because he's got big feet, they're wide too, so. Family Mart logo, and if you don't know what Family Mart is, it's basically like a 7-Eleven, a convenience store, except the prices are much more reasonable than they are here. I'm not really a logo-y person. I prefer higher quality things over branded things, so I'm hoping that these socks are good because they were quite affordable and I'm sure I can hide the logo. I heard there's a thing where you can tell who's what generation based off of their socks. If you're a millennial, you prefer wearing no-show socks. They got me there. But these are not no-show. They're like, are they crew socks? I don't know. It says antibacterial deodorant in. I don't know how that works. Okay, here's the thing. In Japan, or Asia for the most part, I do not fit into like any of their clothes. I did go to Punya's, which is a more size inclusive brand, but when I went, I was very tired, so I was not really in the mood to shop. And also, their clothes don't suit my body shape that well, so even though they did fit me, it made me look like a plastic bag because I'm kind of curvy, so even though I'm fat, I'm still proportionate, and it was just hiding my curves. So yeah, I didn't really go to Japan thinking that I could get too much stuff. But at some random store in Kyoto, my brother and I saw these cat-themed shirts, and we both love animals. Like, I think I'm more of a dog person than a cat person, but realistically I would get a cat over a dog for the less maintenance, and I think an orange cat is suitable enough for a replacement for a dog. But anyways, I got this shirt that says Nyatagonia. Or Natagonia. It's so cute. So if you don't know, in Japan, the word yeah is like the sound effect cats make. So I thought it was so funny, and I got this like matching ones for both me and my husband, and I wasn't sure if I was going to fit into it because they only had one extra large, and my husband is a very big boy. He's 6 feet tall. So I gave him the extra large, and I just got the second biggest size, which was a large, and it surprisingly fits. And that was the back side. This is the front side. This shirt made me laugh so hard, and my brother got one that said Nike. So it was a little checkmark logo, but the cat was on the front of the check. And I think it's really subtle. They had other ones like Nyakost and Nurmez, stuff like that, but I wanted one that was less flashy. Okay, and it's a little bit of a stretch to say that this is clothing, but we went to USJ and they were celebrating their 25th anniversary, so they had actually a lot of Pokemon collaborations. I saw this headband and I was about to get it, but I didn't get it because it slipped right off my head when I tried it. But my brother actually got this for me as he was leaving the park because I had to go back early. It rained on the day we went. But look at this. It's so cute, but it falls right off my head. Like, just give it some. My hair's too slippery. I just washed it yesterday, but even on like day 2 hair, it slips right off, and I have a big head, so I think that's why it slips off too. This is so cute. I already have a headband from USJ. It's the Anya one. I was really touched that he got this for me because he was like, you have to get something from USJ to remember the trip by, and because I like Pokemon so much, he decided to get this for me. And then from the Pokemon Center, which we went to quite a few actually. We only went if it was in the building that we were going to. We didn't go out of our way to go to a Pokemon Center. And I got this Eevee headband for, you know, when you wash your face or when you do your makeup. And it's so cute! When I got this, there wasn't that much of a selection. So it was either this Eevee or I think Gengar or Snorlax. So I picked Eevee. My brother is really into fashion, like street fashion. He knows like all the labels and stuff like that. But he was on the fence about getting some Onitsuka tigers. And the first store we went to was the Shibuya one, which was a huge mistake. It was so packed, and we were just like, no, let's get out of here. I don't want to be here. And then a few days later, we went to Harajuku because it was on our way back from something. Everything's a blur in my mind right now. But we happened to see an Onitsuka tiger in the mall that we were going to. So we went and took a look. And we ended up getting a pair each. So mine was in a bag because I had to toss the box. This is what they look like. So I got the brown and green one because, well, I mean, green's my favorite color, but not because of that. Just because it's my favorite color doesn't mean it looks good on me. And this is what the bottoms look like. I did wear this like twice in Japan. They didn't have my size, which is 7. They had size 8. So I was like, okay, I'll just take 8. And it fit perfectly when I was in the store. But after I wore it out for a bit, it doesn't fit that well because I think my feet were swollen from, at that point, having walked like 20,000 steps daily for a few days, when normally I live a pretty sedentary life when I'm not working out. I think I just have to wear thicker socks when I wear these, but they're pretty comfortable. They're not as supportive as my Hoka's, which I ended up having to toss because I think I ruined them with both the rain and just walking so much, and they were already damaged before I went to Japan. But these are way lighter than those, more comfortable, but they didn't give me the support I needed to walk.
Say that I did
like
quite a bit of research before
thousands
going to
of
Japan,
steps. So
and a lot
I'm hoping that I can
people
just
were
wear
saying
these
that
as
Onitsuka
everyday
tigers
shoes
are very
back home.
comfortable. And whoever said that, your mom's a hoe. These shoes are not super comfortable. You cannot walk all over Japan in these shoes. You will start hurting after about like the 5,000th step, which is about a quarter of what you can expect to do in Japan. And the reason why I'm so mad is because I feel like I've just fallen for so many of these where influencers say like, oh, this is so amazing, and guess what? It's not. So just keep that in mind anytime you watch any video talking about how great Japan is, because I feel like a lot of things are over-exaggerated.
I also went to Haruta, and this was a store, or is it? Yeah, it's just Haruta. I wanted to check this store out because it's leather shoes, and I wanted a pair for work. I do have one at work currently, but it is so painful to wear, and I feel like the brand that I bought them from kind of got inspiration from Haruta because they're older, and it was much cheaper and more comfortable than the shoes that I have. So this is actually the second pair I picked up, but it was at the top of the pile of 2. So the lady actually gave me a size up from what I asked, but it, like the size I wear, which is 7, ended up being perfect. So these are actually maroon colored, and they're a pair of, are these Oxfords? I can't tell. Like, I don't know the names off the top of my head. To me, these are Oxfords, and they have a cute little detail right here. And this was actually cheaper than the style I was looking at. I heard about Haruta from Judy because she went and got a pair, and these are really cute. It was kind of hard to find the store because I was in Osaka when I got these, and it's not a store. It's like a little stall in the middle of the mall floor. And after I found it, the sales associate was so nice. She helped me take off my shoe, helped me put on these shoes, and then when I was checking out, they polished the shoes too. And I was like, this is like princess treatment. It was crazy because you don't get that kind of treatment here, and I kind of felt a little bit bad because I was like, you guys don't have to like touch my feet, and because, you know, I've been walking all day. It's kind of gross. Ta-da! So these ones have a buckle detail on the front. It does not look removable. This is actually brown, but you can't tell in this lighting. I originally tried on the black, but it looked a little bit too harsh, so I went for this color because the difference was subtle enough to make it look less harsh, but it still looks professional. So these will probably be my work shoe. Less than $150? Pretty good deal for 2 leather shoes. Meanwhile, the other ones I bought that I was talking about, they don't really ship to the US anymore. It was called Bali Elf. One pair of shoes is over $150, and the leather is really hard. So to me, this was a good deal. And if you take care of leather shoes, they should last you almost a lifetime. So I'm going to talk about this one thing because it's kind of like an accessory. I got an umbrella. This is from Loft, and it is their Lipton Fruits and Tea collaboration. I don't think this is Loft's own brand, but I did have to use this trip. So every time I go to Japan, which has been 3 times so far, I get an umbrella because Japanese umbrellas are just built different. So they don't break. They do flip inside out, but they don't break. I know it's bad luck to open an umbrella inside, but if you look at the sides, you can see little lemons and blueberries and limes, and then the top is green. And the top part of the umbrella is yellow. So I thought it was cute. This one smells a little because I don't think we let it air out properly. So I'm going to go put this in my shower after this to air out. You can actually see it on the cover as well, the little fruits. So I thought that was cute. And my other umbrella is a masking tape one, and that was the first time I went. I got that one, which is pink with lots of flowers on it. And then the second one I got is supposed to look like a melon cream soda, but everyone tells me it looks like cabbage. Okay, now I'm going to move on to like the toys and blind boxes and other things. Got Switch 2s, and by kind of recently I mean in December. So I got this charger pad for the remotes. Oh, I think you might be able to put the original ones on here too. You can charge 4 remotes at the same time. We have 6, so this will be perfect. I guess this is kind of game related, but I got a pack of cards from Kyoto Inn, and this is, well, Kyoto Inn is a temple in Uji, and this shows different scenes of them. Let me just open it really quick. I collect playing cards because I think they're pretty, and also I would consider myself skilled at card games too, like games like Egyptian War, Speed, stuff like that. I grew up playing a lot of card games, so why not collect them and use them? But basically you can see little artifacts that were found around this shrine, so I think this is supposed to be like a, not Buddha, but maybe? I don't know off the top of my head what it is. And then I got a Spy Family blind box. I love Spy Family. I'm wondering if this is a blind box or I'm just gonna get Lloyd because he's at the front. I'm just gonna open it on camera right now. I'm looking for like, this is really sealed. Like they taped it 3 times. So I actually have a video of my brother and I opening the other 2 blind boxes, which I'll probably put after this, but it was pretty funny. So this is the Spy Family blind box, and it is Lloyd, but I think this was supposed to be like a blind box, so it's funny how secure they made it. This is so cute. I didn't realize it was a keychain. I may put this in my car, but it's so funny. So it's like a little bear. If you don't know, he's like one of the main characters. I think there's 3 main characters from the show. You should watch it if you haven't. It's like about this fake family with each of them have like a special power. I did also get 3 blind boxes from Pokemon. So I got one that was supposed to be like, I don't know, like a kind of like Japanese art, but I ended up getting Ninetales in the unboxing, but I was going to be happy with anything but the Politoed, which my brother wanted. So, and he was happy with that one. So I should have just bought the full set and given him the Politoed, because we ended up getting the same one. And then for the bonsai, I got 2 of these, but I don't know where one of the boxes is right now. So I did get the Pikachu one. Oh wait, I already opened it, so I don't have the box. But I have Pikachu, and I also have the Torterra one, which was the one I wanted the least. But at least I didn't get 2 of the Torterra, which is what happened to my brother. So this is something I just picked up, but this is Totoro Russian nesting doll set. So I was looking at the Ghibli store and I was like squeezing the Totoros they had, and they were so soft and I didn't know which one to get because I was like, well, if I get this, it's just going to sit on the shelf and collect dust because I don't know what else to do with it. And then I came across this. I've always wanted nesting dolls, but to me they're like too expensive or the quality is not good. And then I saw this one and I was like, perfect. It's themed and look at it. I'll insert a picture of all of them, but it goes, I think there's this green one, the gray one, blue one, white one, an acorn, and then a suit sprite. So it's really cute. And I saw this on the floor the other day and I was laughing because look at how vapid his expression is. I went to a few Pokemon centers. I didn't buy something at every single one, but from one of them I got this, which is the Among Us Pikachu. If you've watched my previous haul from Japan about 3 years ago, I did also get another one. So this is the original one. It is way more faded because it's just seen the sun more, and I think this one is higher quality than this one. As you can see, this one is flatter and this one is slightly smaller. But they both still make me laugh. Obviously, I'm going to keep this one because it's so faded. But with this one, I was debating giving it to one of my friends so they can laugh at it too. But I think I'm just going to keep them as a pair. Like one for me, one for my husband kind of thing. They look so derpy and they're flat on the side, as you can see. When my brother was walking through the Pokemon Center, he was carrying them like this, like by the tail. Which is probably how he dropped one of them. Another, I guess, plushie I got, which I've heard that word is not used in a positive connotation, but to me it just is a faster way of saying the word stuffed animal. I got Dom from Animal Crossing, and he was one of my favorite villagers. To this day, I regret not keeping him because I'm trying to get everyone's photos from Animal Crossing, so obviously someone had to go in order to make space for a new villager. He's one of my favorites because he's so derpy. I was about to say this is the last Pokemon thing, which is not true. I got a bath bomb and the inside is a random Pokemon figurine. So I believe you can get either Espeon, Pikachu, oh god, I forgot what this thing's called, Vulpix, and Esper. The reason why I said I don't know what it's called, I think it's called Alcremie, but I'm probably wrong because I think Alcremie is... No, it is! Anyways, you can see it better on the front, which ones you can get. And I have not taken a bath in so long. This is probably going to sit around until I'm able to clean my bathtub. In my husband's Japan haul for me, he did get me some nano blocks, which is like tiny Legos, and he got me Pikachu and Kyogre, but he said he couldn't find the other legendaries. So when I went to Bic Camera, I did find the remaining Hoenn legendaries, not all of them, but I found Groudon and Rayquaza. So the box art Pokemon from Gen 3. And Gen 3 is my favorite generation. So now I can have a matching set. I haven't even built the other ones I got, so I should probably do that. I have a lot of Legos I didn't build yet, like from Christmas and other Japan stuff. And then I have HOHO. HOHO is from Gen 2. They also had Lugia, and I was debating getting Lugia to complete the Gen 2 starters, but I was like, let's not be a completionist, even though I did get the the legendaries for Hoenn, but that's my favorite generation, and I think Ho-Oh looks way better than Lugia, so that's why I didn't get Lugia. Lastly, I have a bag of gachas, but I don't know how to show them off that easily because they're very small, and they're things like this pack of cards that I got from Fushimi Inari, the 1000 Torii Gate place, or like miniature sushi. Like, look at this. I think you can take the lid off. But yeah, you can take their lid off, and this is what you get. That looks tasty. I'm hungry right now. I did not eat lunch yet. But yeah, I don't know how to show off all these gachas because they're so little. Maybe I can do another video. Yeah, that was everything else I got from Japan. The remainder are gifts, and so it's like other snacks and some small things that I got for friends and family, which I feel like I probably won't do a video on because I'm going to see them soon, and so I don't have the time to do it because I don't want them to know, or yeah. Well, first off, I don't want them to know what they got before they even get it because I know some of my friends may watch this video. I'm going to see them soon, so I'd rather just have everything organized and in bags before I like forget and don't give them anything, because that's definitely happened to me last year with the stuff I bought in Korea. But anyways, that's everything for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I bought everything with my own money, obviously. This is not a video to show off. This is just a video of things I bought, and this is definitely not a buy guide or a gift guide. I think you should definitely do your research before you go to Japan. Everything here I did research. Well, not everything, but almost everything here I did research on before going to Japan. And to be honest, I watched a lot of, Japan haul videos and things you should get in Japan videos, or like things you should do in Japan videos, and I was actually a bit disappointed because in those videos the influencers made Japan seem like they made the experience seem so much better than it really was. What they don't show you is how crowded it is because everyone else tries to do this exact same things, or the food just does not live up to the hype, and just things don't live up to the hype. Like, I was really excited to go to Punya's, and then the clothes just fit me funny, so I didn't get anything. But that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you, if I do a vlog, I'll see you in the vlog, but otherwise I'll see you next time. Bye!